On the high school level, St. John's Prep comes in as the MIAA Division I boys champs, and with us to talk high school hockey is Paul McNamara from MyHockeyLive. Paul, what's up?
Hey Evan, great to be here. Always a pleasure looking at the hockey season only a month away.
It is an exciting time for sure. Last time we were doing high school hockey, St. John's Prep, controversial win in the Division I state final, scored. They called it a buzzer beater. Might have been a little bit after the buzzer, but focus on this year. Can St. John's Prep repeat?
Well, they can repeat. That was a great win for them in the Garden. It goes in the books as a win, despite what happened. The goal did count, and they're the winners. So, great run by Winchester. We'll talk a little bit about them. But St. John's definitely can repeat. There are 4 or 5 teams that would be no surprise if they are in the Garden on the mid-March Sunday, along with St. John's or between 2 other teams.
Yeah, and I want to get into some of those other teams. Who are some of the teams you're looking at as the biggest threats to St. John's Prep repeating?
Well, like everybody, the Prep lost a lot of players, but they've got a great goalie leading the charge this year, AJ Farisi. He was their goaltender last year, and he's back as a senior, and they'll build around him on the rebuild, but the program is deep. Pope Francis, Xaverian, CM, those are the Catholic teams. Arlington and Hingham, the way we look at it now, are the top 2 public teams that we probably want to talk about today.
Yes, and we will get to those. Pope Francis is a really interesting one because Brian Foley missed last year. Now he's back. They're always deep. What's your read on the Cardinals?
They are going to be deep. Coach Foley thinks he's got his first 3 lines set and thinks there might be a battle for 4th line. He wants to play 4 lines. He wants to skate 7 defensemen every game, and they've got a terrific goalie too, Nick Ritchie, who's been a 3-year starter and a state champ 2 years ago. They are going to be tough, Pope.
Yeah, they're always tough, and Nick Ritchie, as we remember 2 years ago, with such a heroic run to help Pope Francis win the state championship. Catholic Conference teams, Xaverian, CM, what are you seeing from those teams?
I think Xaverian is, Coach Spinelli and his staff is quietly optimistic. They lost a couple of kids through transfer. They had terrific leadership last year with captains Jack O'Neill and Jesse Peck, who are gone, obviously. But they've got a good crew of seniors that have been longtime starters. Devin Goziak, Jackson Morse, Mike McGrath, Nate Patch. That's the leadership team at Xaverian. They're going to do very well. They do miss goalie Cole Poulier-Porter, who was one of the best in the state. He graduated, now playing at Tilton. But Xaverian will be there. CM is always there. They're always a little bit of a mystery at the beginning of the year. Coach Rooney does a great job to put the team together. They seem to lose kids to prep school, but they rebuild. Good program. Depth is there too.
Yeah, those teams are always in it for the Catholic school teams, but you also have publics. And to me, and I think to you too, Arlington and Hingham look like the 2 best publics opening the season.
Yeah, Hingham is going to be good. Again, they lost a couple of kids to graduation, but also the transfer portal, as we say. Yes. They've got a good goalie coming back, Mike Caro, and they've got some couple of good defensemen, despite losing some defensemen, and they've got a terrific group of forwards. They're kind of like the old BC team, small but really quick forwards who can put the puck in the net. Hingham will be good. Arlington, Coach Missouri always comes in the season saying, oh, we're not going to win a game, but we're going to be 500. Don't listen to it, boys.
He loves doing that.
Coach Missouri's been at it a long time, 2-time state champ, and he knows what he's doing. He plays a lot of kids early. They get in the game. He'll play all the way down, seniors to freshmen. His son, JP Missouri, is one of the best in the state, and he'll be leading the charge on the offense for Arlington High.
Yeah, and I think another interesting part of that Arlington team is Nolan Russell, who's probably going to play with JP Missouri.
Great young player.
Kurt Beck on the back end, who's a really big, good young defenseman. And then you sort of have that next tier of teams. I would say like 7 through 13. They're right at, they're kind of top 10 fringe. Who are you looking at in that group?
Well, in the publics, you got Marshfield, you got Reading, you got Franklin. All those teams lost some key guys to graduation, but they refill. Archbishop Williams on the Catholic side, St. John's of Shrewsbury on the Catholic side. 2 teams that might be top 10 teams. They've got some key guys, and they're building on very good years last year as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really fascinating what happens with that. And Paul, I appreciate you coming in. I'm sure we'll see you and hear you quite a bit down the road because Paul is with MyHockeyLive, which offers the only dynamic and interactive live stream broadcasting services for high schools in Massachusetts and prep schools throughout New England. Coverage includes sports and events, enabling families, fans, and alumni to watch their favorite teams anytime and from anywhere.